My name's Antoinette Griffin. Today I'm going to talk about a common opener question that you should avoid asking when you're first meeting someone. Now, you've probably been asked this question lots of times, and this may be your go-to question because it seems so natural. At business networking events, you meet somebody socially out somewhere and you ask this question. And sometimes as a result, conversation starts because you've asked this question or because they've asked you this question. But often this question can backfire or fall flat. So what is the question and why should you avoid asking it? The question is, what do you do? Meaning, what do you do for a living? Now, this question seems so natural, and I used to be guilty of immediately asking this question when I would meet someone. But over the past few years, through what I've learned and through my observations of seeing this question and the way that it's answered and the reactions of the people that I'm asking it to, I'm refraining until I get to know the person a little better. So it's not that you should never ask this question, just don't let it be your opener questions. And I'm going to explain 4 reasons why. The first reason why you should avoid asking this as an opener question is because people may wonder if you have a hidden agenda. Now, you may just be genuinely asking this question because you're trying to start a conversation. But you've probably been in situations where people have asked you this question and later you find out they're just trying to size you up. They're trying to determine, are you a good lead for them? Or are you a good fit for them? Or where do you fall financially? Or where do you fall on the social status ladder? And so therefore, avoid asking this as your opener question. I remember years ago, my husband and I were volunteering at this fundraising gala, and there were a lot of A-list influencers swarming around this event. And another couple who were also volunteering came and introduced themselves to us and immediately started asking questions about what we did and who we were. And once they found out that we were just volunteers just like them, they basically abruptly ended the conversation and went off and started talking to another group of people. It was obvious they did not care to visit with us when they found out that we were just volunteers. The second reason why you shouldn't ask this as an opener question is because some people are embarrassed or discouraged about their job or profession, or their lack of job or profession. One of my clients, she's very confident and has a very professional outward appearance, says that she hates going to social events because she's often asked this as an opener question. And she doesn't work, she doesn't own a business. She said, I feel like this question defines me as far as that bad first impression of how do I answer this question. So she ends up staying home and not going to some of these events at all because she dreads it so much. Consider all the unemployed people as a result of the pandemic or for other reasons. Consider the people that are in a job or profession who it's just temporary and they're really wanting something else. And so they're a little embarrassed maybe about their current job or profession. Consider the people who are recently retired and they're trying to figure out their new season of life. And when they're asked this question, it just kind of leaves them stammering. The third reason why you should avoid asking this as an opener question is because sometimes people have difficulty describing what it is they do for you to really understand it. Sometimes you ask the question and after the person tells you, you still have no idea what they do because maybe they've used a lot of titles and acronyms and industry lingo. I observed this happening once when I introduced 2 women and one of them asked the other one immediately, so what is it that you do? And the other one spouted off in all of this industry lingo. And I knew it was going to be foreign to the person who asked the question. I looked over at her and she had this glazed look in her eyes. She didn't really know how to respond. So therefore, rather than it being a springboard for conversation, there was just this awkward silence afterwards. The fourth reason why you should avoid asking this as an opener question is because people want to be valued as human beings rather than human doings. In today's culture, so much of who we are, our identity is wrapped up into what we do. And so when you meet someone and you ask them questions about themselves that's totally separate from what they do, and showing that you want to get to know them as a person, you're going to be like a breath of fresh air. I facilitate an exercise in one of my workshops for introverts in which I have them pair up with another person in the room and make small talk for 5 minutes with this other person that they don't know. And the only rule of the exercise is you can't talk about what you do. And what they find is they're challenged, they're stretched to really seek out and ask questions about the other person and make small talk that ends up into more engaging conversation. And at the end, they find out that they have personal connections that they never would have gotten to if they would have just stuck on the professional question of what do you do? When we think about our lives, there's so much more to us than what we do for a living. So before your next encounter, think about what questions can I ask these people as human beings rather than human doings as an opener question to start conversation. And if you have some good opener questions, I would love for you to put those in the comments so that we can all learn from you. If you have liked this video, I hope you will press like and I hope you will subscribe to my channel.